Hey guys, welcome back to a new video. It's your boy Jaden aka across the world. Today we are rebuilding the Jacksonville Jaguars with Trevor Lawrence and Travis Etienne. And yeah, so let's see if we could build the correct pieces around Trevor Lawrence to make him a Super Bowl champion. So we're starting off in off season, of course, and we got T-Law, James Robinson, Travis Etienne, Carlos Hyde, good amount of receivers. We have Jamal Agnew, who's our kick returner. I didn't even know they signed him. Offensive line is not too bad. Tight end, we got Tim Tebow, Tebow Mania, and we got Chris Manhertz. Defense needs some work to be done, but I think I'm going to leave the defense as it is for right now. One thing for sure I'm definitely going to do is make sure I start Tebow, because why not start Tim Tebow? And Tebow's already the starting fullback. Oh. So we're going to make Carlos Hyde the starting fullback, and then Tebow's going to be the number one tight end. So he's going to be the number one tight end. Chris Manhertz is going to be his second. And so we're going to simulate every season just to make sure that, not every season, every week, just to make sure when it comes to cutting people, we make sure we know who we're cutting. We just lost to the Buccaneers. And let's see what Marvin Jones has to say. What? Bro. Alright, so I just told Marvin Jones something. I meant to say however you can. Let's say medium routes. Alright, cool. They're all about angles and timing. Yes. Yes. Understood. And go to the next week. And I think now we have to cut 15 players? Holy crap. We have to cut 15 players. All right. Ross, he's 23. All right, so we're going to cut CJ Beathard. We're going to move Ross Matzik to the practice squad. Daniel Ukalali is going to get cut. We don't need Chappelle Russell, but we're going to move him to the practice squad. Brandon Watson, we have 3 free safeties. We're going to cut him. We don't gain anything from cutting him. Nathan Cottrell, we're going to move him to the practice squad. Dakota Allen, I like having a lot of outside linebackers. So we have a lot of middle linebackers. So we're going to cut Quincy Williams. Luke Barku, we're going to move to the practice squad. Ben Barch is definitely staying on the team. Oh, we already have 3 guards. Okay, so let's move him to the practice squad. Leon Jacobs is someone I definitely want to keep, but there's a lot of players here. There's a lot of players. Rudy Ford, we're going to cut him. Dare, we're going to cut him. Josh Jones, might just have to cut him. We already have 3 safeties. Damian Wilson, we're going to have to cut him. Aldrick Rosas, we have, how many kickers do we have? What? Oh, sorry. Alright, so we made our cuts, we made our moves. Now we're into regular season, our first week. So now we have a 79 offense, 79 defense. Let's fix something up in the settings. So we're going to set our season goal of winning about seven games. I think 7 games is pretty solid. And this is what the offense looks like. We got T-Law leading the way. Tim Tebow's our boy, starting at tight end. And offense looks pretty interesting. So T-Law should have a pretty good, a solid first year, I say. So, and D-line does need some work, but I'm actually very excited to see how this team performs. So let's sim to the playoffs and see what we do. We did make the playoffs. We ended up going 6-10, so not a good year. Not a good year whatsoever. Which is okay. I'm okay with not having a good first year, as, you know, things happen. T-Law wasn't going to have the best year, but we finished with an 81 offense, 80 defense. Our offense was 22nd, so T-Law had a okay year, not the best. Defense was 15th. T-Law threw 22 touchdowns, 12 picks, 89 pass rating, 62 completion percentage. James Robinson and Travis Etienne both had good amount of yards running the ball. Tim Tebow, 943 yards, 4 TDs, 85 catches. And Philip Dorsett led the team in receiving yards. Not too bad. Not too bad whatsoever. Defense, I think that's where, yeah, so we didn't really get much out of the D-line. So that's probably one of our biggest concerns. But let's sim to the offseason. Super Bowl is Packers, Browns. As Packers were the second seed, they just beat the Buccaneers. And wow, holy crap. The Browns wasted the Chargers and the Titans 42-42 zip. Oof. Ooh. I think the Browns are going to waste the Packers too. Wow, they ended up losing actually. Chris Barnes wins Super Bowl MVP. A lot of Bears players. Khalil Mack and Justin Fields both won some awards. Jared Goff won Offensive Player of the Year. Zach Taylor won Coach of the Year. MVP went to Josh Allen. And Micah Parsons won Rookie of the Year. So we have 5 players ready to negotiate. We have Cam Robinson, our star left tackle. Definitely want to re-sign him. He's 76 overall and he's only 25. I think that's pretty good. Laurent McCray, we're going to let him go. Ben Elfleson will let go. All the rest of these guys, we're going to let them go, of course. Now we're into our first week of free agency. And we have $34 million available. There's not really much available for us here. T-Law is only an 83. Running backs are pretty solid, though. Receivers, we're going to have to leave that position alone. Tim Tebow went to 64 overall. So Tim Tebow is getting old. I literally forgot that Tim Tebow's old. Left tackle is good. We do have Cam Robinson. So left guard, we have Andrew Norwell. Center, we have Brandon Linder. Right guard, we have AJ Cann. And right tackle, we have Jawan Taylor. Left end, D tackle. Right end. We could sign Melvin Ingram, but he is asking for a lot of money. So might not be the smartest thing to do. The middle linebackers are pretty good. Right outside, not the greatest. Corners are pretty solid, though. And then safeties could use some improvement. E.T. wouldn't be a bad move, but he's already 32, and he's only an 80 overall. So we might not even sign anyone in free agency. I think we're going to focus on the draft. So let's send to the draft. So the draft is here. We have the 9th pick in the draft. We did the automatic simulation for the week, so we're going to see who are the best players available here. I think defense is one of the #1 things we definitely have to go after. And Kyle Jones, D tackle, power rusher. I think he's a solid pickup for us. 76 overall. Perfect. That's perfect. And we have another pick in the first round, actually. So that being said, we already have a good amount of corners, so I think we should just keep upgrading the D-line. I think that's a pretty good idea. We have Shelton Gales. See what D linemen are pretty good for us here. Offensive line wouldn't be too bad either. Actually, that wouldn't be a bad idea to go after an offensive lineman. A right guard, Robbie Callaway, and then there's Jose Dunn. He's an early first rounder. We're gonna pick up Jose Dunn, and then we could end up moving, trading away AJ Cann or Brandon Linder, try to get a center. So now let's go into our next pick. Now we're here. I think I want to go with a tight end now. See if there's anyone valuable. We have Luke Mixon. He's the only good second round tight end. So might have to just leave that alone. But there aren't any receivers left. So let's see if there's any D linemen. We have Dre Albury. And we also have, okay, so Dre Albury is the only guy here. There's not many good outside linebackers either. We do need safeties though. So, alright, so our last guy we're going to get here is going to be Dre Albury, 74 overall. And then hopefully with our next pick, that tight end is still there. Let's see. Alright, tight end. Yeah, so Luke Mixon is still there. We're going to pick him up. He's a late second rounder. Projected to be late third. We pick him up. That's going to be our kid that we work with. And then let's send to the end of the draft. Now let's look at the draft recap. After we had drafted Albury, we drafted a corner who was 72 overall, a safety, a middle linebacker, left tackle, and another safety. So we picked up a lot of players, a lot of depth at the offensive line. So that's pretty solid to see. So right now, what I want to do is definitely move, definitely trade away either Andrew Norwell or our center. Andrew Norwell has 1 good year left, and Brandon Linder, let's see. Actually, let's see the cap room. Let's see the cap room or the cap penalty if we move him away, because considering that Brandon Linder, we'd get $9 million for getting rid of him. Brandon Linder, we get $9 million. Andrew Norwell, we get $6 million. So if we make some moves, move those guys around, we can't move Joe Schobert anytime soon. That's what I just noticed. AJ Cann is gonna be our guard, so we're gonna keep him around for sure. So what I think I'm gonna do is move Andrew Norwell. Andrew Norwell's gonna be the guy we trade away for a center. See if we can get anyone for him. If there's anyone available on the trade block, someone younger, of course. We have Zach Young and Lloyd Cushenberry, J.C. Tretter, Ryan Jensen. I just want to go for a young center, someone that's like relatively young. Danny Blanton, Connor McGovern, Frank Ragnow. If this goes through, that'd be pretty solid. So this could go through. They want a receiver. I think it's cool if we give them Marvin Jones back to them, but they're not going to want Marvin Jones, of course. So I think giving up Philip Dorsett and Andrew Norwell for Frank Ragnow should be, wow, didn't it go through? Maybe Colin Johnson, maybe? Nah, they're not interested. So I'm going to throw in like a 4th rounder and Andrew Norwell for Frank Ragnow. They don't want that to go through, considering he's a top tier center. So we're going to have to go a 3rd and a 5th just to get Frank Ragnow. Wow, they don't take it. So 3rd and a 4th and Andrew Norwell for Frank Ragnow. Wow, that still doesn't go through. A 3rd this year and a 3rd next year for Frank Ragnow. All right, bet. We just got our new center. That works out really well. Now that we did that, a position we want to move. Okay, so the Packers want a center. We want a safety. So if they happen to have any type of safeties that we'd be interested in, they do not. Maybe a right end. Kingsley Keek. We give them Brandon Linder for Kingsley Keek. Charles acceptance. Cool. So we just upgraded those positions. So let's fix up the depth chart now. So guys, this is what the team looks like after I switched around the depth chart. And Dunn is now our starting left guard. Frank Ragnow's our new center on the block. Our tight end, our 3rd round pick, Luke Mixon is now starting. Tim Tebow is now at fullback. And this is what the offense looks like. Defense. We started Caleb Wanterson, who I forgot was even on the team. So he's starting at the outside linebacker position. And the D-line, we traded for Kingsley Keek. So he's going to be one of our anchors, along with Kyle Jones, our rookie. And we also have Albury, another one of our rookies. So we did upgrade a tad bit on the team. But we should be pretty solid. I'm going to change Dunn's position to a left guard, just so that he could get the upgrades that he needs. So we changed him to left guard. And okay, so obviously when you change to left guard, they always make a move around, of course. So what I'm gonna do here also is sign like some free agents, just so we have some space on the team, some depth on the team, of course. Center, let's see, free agent center, we could sign just a youngin, Will Clapp. Will Clapp could be our backup center, and then we could sign like a backup right guard and John Miller, and he'll just help us out. So we're gonna send him to the regular season and see how well we perform. Actually, I don't want them to cut Tim Tebow. Not yet at least. Let's make sure they don't cut Tim Tebow anytime soon. Marvin Jones is gonna keep talking about him being a leader. Trust me, we do not care. Alright, so we gotta cut 18 players. Let's upgrade these guys. Oh man, 18 players we gotta cut. That's crazy. We're gonna put Ross back in the practice squad. Why is it saying I gotta cut? Oh, okay, cool. I was about to get mad, yo. Raquel Armstead, we're gonna cut. Okay, we'll move him to the practice squad. Will Clapp is here 2 times in a row. That doesn't make sense. We're gonna cut Jake Luton. Brandon Mills is our guy, but we're gonna move. No, why would I move him? We need backups. We're moving Nathan Cottrell to the practice squad. Chappelle definitely to the practice squad. Tyler Davis definitely to the practice squad. Corey Davis definitely to the practice squad. Devine definitely to the practice. Oh no, definitely to the practice squad. No, we need that backup right tackle. Daryl Avery, I'm gonna move you to the practice squad. Tim Tebow, you're staying on the team. Tyree Brady, we're going to move you to the practice squad. Malik Taylor, we're going to move you to the practice squad. John Miller is going to be our guy. Zach Scott, we have a lot of free safety, so I'm going to move you. We have a lot of corners as well, so we're going to move Luke Barku, Shaquille Cortman. We'll just get rid of you as well, sadly. Keep him. Dakota Allen, can't do much of you, so I'll just cut you. Deshaun Davis, I want to keep you around. Leon Jacobs, want to keep you around. Daniel Thomas, no, we don't even have that much safeties. No, Leon Jacobs is our third middle linebacker. Why would we do that? We're going to cut Chris Claybrooks, John Vay Johnson, Daniel Ross. Wow, we have a lot of DNs. I'm not cutting any of our tight ends. Emmanuel Hall is fine. Logan Cook is our starting punter. Jihad Ward, we'll just get rid of him. Alright, so those are all the moves we made. And now that since we're ready. So we didn't make the playoffs again. We ended up going 8-8, which is better than the first year. So going from 6-10 to 8-8 is a pretty good upgrade, considering that we didn't make that too crazy of moves. But this is the playoff bracket. Packers again, being the #1 seed, of course. Obviously, because we gave them Brandon Linder, so of course they probably did really well. Offense was 14th. Defense was about, let's see, 15th. So middle of the pack for both. 28 touchdowns, 8 picks for T-Law. James Robinson and Travis Etienne both 7 TDs. So pretty solid. Carlos Hyde got some in there as well. Laviska had 1,000 yards and 10 TDs. Our tight end Luke Mixon, 777 yards and 6 TDs. Pretty nice. And our defense, we got a lot of interceptions. I can see Kyle Jones, our rookie, had 11 sacks. Yo, great first year for him. 11 sacks. Josh Allen had 8 sacks and a pick. And then moving forward, that's pretty solid. We had a good amount of interceptions too. So let's take a look at I low-key want to see what the Packers did, because Aaron Rodgers, yeah, pretty Aaron Rodgers like. Okay, makes sense. All this makes sense. Defense though, because we did remove some guys, so they didn't get that much sacks, but they did get some interceptions. And they did have Brandon Linder. So let's look at our offense, as they're now an 84 overall. T-Law's an 85. James Robinson did end up getting injured, so that's why he's at where he is. And then Luke Mixon, our tight end, is now 72 overall, and offensive line is pretty solid. Defense, Caleb Von Tristan is now at 74. Not really much of an upgrade, but Kyle Jones is 79 now. Pretty solid. So let's see the upgrades we get and see what players we'd have to resign. So the Super Bowl again, 2 years in a row, is Packers Browns. So the Packers swept the competition. Nobody was in their way. Browns were the 4th seed, and they ended up beating the 1st seeded Chiefs. So that's very interesting to see. Let's see if the Browns can get their revenge and take the dub against the Packers. They end up losing again. This time getting blasted. Aaron Rodgers wins Super Bowl MVP. He wins he wins 2 Super Bowls in a row, and nobody on our team got any rewards. So all we can do. Oh, now we got to re-sign some players as well. So DJ Chark, our boy, our leading receiver, got to definitely re-sign him to the contract. AJ Cann, our guard, we could draft someone, so might just let him walk. Gerard Wilson is a captain, so we're gonna re-sign him for sure. Malcolm Brown is a good backup D tackle to Kyle Logan. Okay, so he wants to play for a new team next year, so we're gonna let him go. Adam Gotsis is asking for a lot. Jamal Agnew is a good punt returner, so we're gonna see if we can re-sign him. Taven Bryan is a good backup D end, so we're gonna re-sign him as well. Dwan Smoot might just let go. Andrew Wingard. We're gonna see if we keep him around on the team. Logan Cook is our starting punter, but he's getting older. John Miller, we could always draft some people to back up these guys. Yeah, we could, all these guys here, we could just literally draft people to just back them up, so, and sign people as well, so not too mad about that. So now free agency, let's see what we're rocking with. We have 50 million available. Jair is a free agent. That's very interesting to see. Tight end, we just have Mixon. So I like Mixon. He had a good first year. So I think I'm going to sign Hunter Long. He's a scheme fit as well. So we're going to make him an offer, sign him to the team. Left tackle is Cam Robinson, left guard. We just need to sign a backup. Michael Dunn seems pretty solid to pick up as a backup. So we're going to do that. Frank Ragnow is only 26. So we're good there. Right guard, we don't have anyone as we let some people walk. So we're going to try to build that up through the draft, of course, see if we could get someone. We'll sign Kendall Lamb to back up the right tackle. Make sure that the offensive line is settled. Left end, we just have Albury. We just have Albury, and we're just going to sign John Simon to be... He's going to ask a lot for backup, actually, for that backup position. So we're going to end up drafting someone, of course. And then D-tackle, I'm okay with. Right end, we have Kingsley Keek. I'm good with. Left outside linebacker, we have Josh Allen. Middle linebackers are fine. Right outside linebackers, just Kilavon Chason. Cornerbacks are good. Safeties, there's no one really here that piques my interest. We could go Ronnie Harrison Jr. and see if we sign him. So let's see. All right, now those are the players that we try to. Okay, so obviously they're bidding a lot for Ronnie Harrison, so we're gonna have to see if we could up our ante, and see if let's see. So we upped our ante up. Now we should be the #1 team. So let's see if we get that. So we got our new tight end. Wow, Ronnie Harrison rejected us, and we got the backups. Okay. So our tight end rejected us. That's weird. Not the tight end. Ronnie Harrison rejected us. Jair would be interesting to try to sign. I feel like we could afford Ronnie Harrison. I mean Jair. So let's see if we could do it. You know, make a huge signing. You know, go into the team. Even though he just won 2 Super Bowls. Yeah, he literally just won 2 Super Bowls. It wouldn't make sense that he's leaving, but I guess he has to leave. And we can do like some blockbuster trade, like trading away like. I want to keep Shaquille Griffin. He's only 27. Like we trade away Sidney Jones and we get like a 1st-round pick or like a DN. Honestly, that'd be pretty solid. We get like a left end out of it. So let's see if we could do that. Trade Sidney Jones for a left end. I want to see if the left end is available to be traded for. So Steelers are interested. They are very interested. They signed Mitchell Schwartz. Wow. So they have Stephen Tuitt and Byron Wakefield. Stephen Tuitt would be interesting if we could pull him. I want to throw in a 2nd and a 4th to see if we can get Stefan Tuitt. A 2nd of this year? Nah, but I think that's giving away too much. So we could always rebuild. Yeah, I think that would be too much if we did that. So let's go. Let's see if we could get like a younger option, maybe. A younger option. Jadeveon Clowney, we wouldn't be able to get him, obviously. Joey Bosa, obviously not. Kwity Paye, I don't think so. Emmanuel Ogbah and Doug White. Emmanuel Ogbah, would that? Oh no, it wouldn't go through. No, they're not even interested in him. Left end, I know they have only Brandon Graham. Marlon Davidson. D Ford, Eric Armstead, wouldn't work. Quincy Williams, no. Romeo Carwa, Packers got Dean Lowry. Ryan Burns for the Panthers. Maybe Chase Winovich. Oh, okay. So we just got a new left end. We traded away our cornerback, so that's pretty solid. I think that works out pretty well. So let's see if Jair finds any interest in us. You know, he rejected us, of course. All right, we got to give a 5th-year extension to Josh Allen. Let's see. Let's pick it up. Yeah, let's pick up the 5th-year option for him. Obviously, he's been playing pretty solid for us. And Jair rejected us. That's fine. We still have a good amount of corners, so I'm not even too worried about that. All right, so now that we're there, we got the draft to start off with, and let's start drafting. So we have the 15th pick in the draft. Rams have the 1st. Let's see what we could do here with our 1st pick in the draft. D-tackle would be an interesting position to go after. Cornerback would be too. Let's see, safeties. I think a safety should be a position we go after for sure. Marion Greenwood, early 1st-rounder, 75 overall. Yeah, let's pick him up. I think that's a great, solid pick for us. Let's go into the next pick. Okay, so all these positions are scouted. We have another free safety here available. Strong safety as well. We didn't get a strong safety, I just thought about. So maybe we could get Matthew Levine. He's a late 1st-rounder, though. You know, that'd be a risk. Right outside linebacker. Left outside linebacker. Middle linebacker. D-tackle. Right end. Left end. Right tackle. Right guard. Center. Left guard. We have Tyson Lang. Tyson Lang, late first rounder. We could pick him up. Good pick. Now, looking at the draft recap, and ended up getting these players. Nothing really too crazy here. So, let's advance to the first week of preseason. So now we have an 85 offense and an 83 defense. Let's take a look at the team. So, Lang is now our starting right guard. I didn't realize we didn't have a right guard. So, that's a good thing we picked him up. I didn't know that we were missing out on that. And then receivers are good. T-Law's in his third year. And then defense looking pretty solid. Good D-line. We just picked up Chase Winovich, so he's going to help out the D-line tremendously. Corners are pretty good as well. And we just got to make sure we start Greenwood over Gerard Wilson. And we should be solid. So let's see how we perform by the end of the season. So we didn't make the playoffs again. We went 4-12, so we had a worse year this year, surprisingly. Which doesn't make any sense to me considering we have a better team on paper. So why do we have a worse year? Our offense was 29th. T-Law had 15 touchdowns, 15 picks. So T-Law is not performing as well as I thought he would. Running backs did just fine, but T-Law isn't performing well. Kyle Jones at 8.5 sacks. He led the team in sacks. Marion Greenwood had a lot of picks, but 4-12 isn't too good. So I think it's time we sign a quarterback to compete with T-Law because this is getting out of pocket. So this Super Bowl this year is Chiefs, Bucks, Marion Greenwood, one of our good safeties, one of our great picks apparently. So Buccaneers won the Super Bowl. As we look at the season recap, Tom Brady won MVP. None of our guys won anything here, so that's great. That's fantastic. We have 21 players ready to negotiate, so this is going to be interesting. Frank Ragnow, definitely got to re-sign. We have a lot of money. So we're going to re-sign Frank Ragnow. Shaquille Griffin, definitely got to re-sign. Him. He's going to test free agency. We give him a franchise tag, but we have T-Law here, who hasn't performed well as I'd like him to. So I got to see what I'm doing with him. James Robinson, he performed pretty well, so I want to re-sign him. Chase Winovich in his first year was alright. Not the best, but we're going to re-sign him. Josh Lambo is our kicker, so we'll just give him a light little deal to deal with. He'd like to play for a new team next year. Kingsley Keek hasn't done much to help us out. Cam Robinson as well hasn't really done much, so we're thinking of upgrading our left tackle position, getting new protection for the offensive line, as Cam Robinson hasn't performed as I'd like him to. Jawan Taylor's fine though at his right side, so we're going to give him some money. We get him back up to the team. Philip Dorsett, we're letting go. We need a new strong safety for sure. We're going to beef up the D-line. We're going to re-sign Doug Costin. And then Taven Bryan's has been our depth player, so we're going to re-sign him. This man's Gardner Minshew wants a contract. You know what? We're not going to even re-sign him because there's no point. Emmanuel Hall will re-sign even though he hasn't done anything for us. Deshaun Davis, only asking for $1 million, so I don't think that's too bad either. Kendall Lamb, Michael Dunn, Madison Cook, we're going to let those guys go. Rayshawn Jenkins, nah. We got Cam Robinson, we're going to let go. Kingsley Keek as well because he hasn't done much for us. Travis Etienne, definitely going to re-sign. I like that combo we have with these two guys, so we get him back. The real big issue here is honestly Trevor Lawrence, because Trevor Lawrence hasn't performed well, but if we let him go, he's probably going to eat somewhere else, you know? And he just threw 15 picks in his contract year, which is like an issue. So I guess I don't want to move on from him, so let's keep writing it out with him. see what he could do. We signed him back to the team. We could use a franchise tag on someone. We could franchise tag Shaquille Griffin, but instead we're gonna use it on our kicker instead. And then we're gonna figure out what we're doing in free agency. Let's sim and see who's available. So we have about 25 million available. Aaron Jones is at 99 overall. Okay. Wow. That's crazy. So alright, so I was not expecting that. So we need a corner. We need another corner to pair with CJ Henderson. I think Sean Murphy-Bunting should be the guy for that job. So he should work well. Mason Greenwood is a superstar, X Factor, elite god. So he's gonna be good there. We need a strong safety. I think I want to draft someone. I think I'm gonna go and draft a strong safety. Quarterback is Trevor Lawrence. That's without a doubt. Running backs are good. Receivers are pretty good too. Tight end, we have Hunter Long and Mixon. Not too worried there. Left tackle, we don't have anyone at the left tackle position, so that's someone we either want to draft or we could trade for. Let's see. Center, I want to make sure that we have a backup. I don't feel like being without one, so Trey Hopkins can be our guy here. Just gonna give him a cheap deal. And then right guard, we can sign Lucas Patrick, a Packers guard. Know about him. Juwan Taylor. So we have Chase Winovich on the D line, Kyle Jones, Taven Bryan on the other end, and then we could sign like Carl Lawson. Carl Lawson would be too bad to sign, but I don't think I'm gonna do that move because we do not have the funds for that. So we're just gonna sign the backups, of course, and perform it like this instead of doing the things we know we can't really afford. And then for right outside linebacker, we'll sign Neville Hewitt just to be his backup. And then we're gonna see if we can get rid of Joe Schobert, as we've had him for quite a while now. And I think it would be cool if we finally moved on from him. So we would save some money moving on from Joe Schobert, of course. So we're gonna get rid of Joe Schobert. We need a new right outside linebacker, of course. Corners are good. Safeties are good. Wait, why do we have a lot of safeties here? Hold on. Oh yeah, because we just re-signed him. Caleb Watson needs a backup. We need a new middle linebacker, of course. D-line is straight, honestly. Yeah, D-line is straight. Receivers, though, we just have Laviska and DJ Chark, so we're going to obviously need to sign or draft a pretty good receiver just to back up these guys. But let's see if we sign those players here. So we got a backup center. So we got all of our backups. That's all the positions. We got our backups. That's good. We have about 17 million available still, and still trying to see if we can get Sean Murphy-Bunting. If we decline that and go for Tre'Davious White, he wants a 1-year deal. So a 1-year prove-it deal could be pretty solid for him. So let's see if we can get him. We gave him an offer. I don't know if he's injured or not, so hopefully we can do something with that. Middle linebacker position, we're gonna sign Devondre Campbell, just so we have that depth, just in case. And left outside linebacker we have Bilal, and then Carl Lawson. I want to go after him, but we don't have the funds to be able to go after him. Same thing with Cleveland Farrell. So we're gonna have to probably end up drafting someone just to deal with that. Christian Barmore is a free agent, so he'd be pretty interesting to pick up. But we still have Doug Hamilton and Doug Costin, so I'm not gonna really stress that position. We're just gonna sign the backups that are needed. So okay, Chukwuna Okafor, Dennis Kelly. We'll just sign him to a deal. Just to make sure we have that position backed up. And then we have the guards position all settled. The left tackle position is one that's gonna be that we really need. So I want to see if we could trade like a second for a very good, like not a very good, but a young tackle that could work in our favor. Let's see. Any young tackles, if any team has an abundance of tackles, that would be perfect for us. Orlando Brown, I forgot, is on the Chiefs. There's no one here still. Kai Becton looks like a beast. So there's not many that many options available. They got Andre Dillard and Jake Matthews here. They got Brandon Gordon and Laramie Tunsil. Maybe Laramie Tunsil could be our guy, but apparently not. So, okay, with all the guys they showed me, I think we're gonna go with Brandon Gordon on the Texans. Give them like a 5th rounder for Brandon Gordon. Apparently, there's no value with this. Shut up. All right, so I think they'll like a second. I think a 2nd round pick would work. So we just got our new left tackle. We gave up a 2nd round pick for him. Not too bad. Let's see if we advance to next week if we get new free agents. I mean, our new guys. So we picked up Tre'Davious White. That's a big signing for us. Huge signing. We gotta definitely keep. Yes, we're gonna definitely keep C.J. Henderson. So we pick up his 5th-year option, and then I think that was all of our free agents that we were trying to get after. Yeah, so this is what the team looks like. This is gonna be the final year that we're gonna see if we could do something here. We got our new left tackle, who's a star, Brandon Gordon. Tight ends are good. Offense, definitely need a quarterback from the looks of it. We're gonna need to draft a receiver as well and a strong safety. But defense is coming together pretty nicely, and yeah, let's see if what we can do with the draft. So we have the 2nd pick in the draft. So the Colts drafted Corey Terry, Colts player. Okay. All right, cool. So they got one good receiver here. His name is Josh Clavio. That's fantastic that they don't have any receivers. They have Brendan Miller, strong safety, perfect for our team. We're going to pick him up, 76 overall. He's going to help out the team very well. I'm glad. Now that we're in the 4th round, because we traded some picks away, of course, let's see what other players are available. So they do have a 1st round DN that is still sitting here in the 4th round. So considering that that's a gem, I'm going to pick him up just for depth purposes. His name is Andrew Washington. He's a late 1st rounder. We pick him up. He's a 71 overall. Provide more depth on the team, of course. So now that we're in the 5th round, we need a receiver, but there's no good receivers left. And I think I'm going to leave the rest of this up to the draft, up to the CPU. So if there's not a gem here, let's go by scouted, of course. I want to see if there's a gem left here besides a right end, of course. Yeah, there's nothing here. So we're going to leave the rest of the draft up to the simulation. And let's see how well we can do. So looking at the draft recap, we ended up getting a quarterback, a cornerback, and a left outside linebacker. Okay, reasonable considering that we needed a backup. We need competition for T-Law. We know T-Law is going to win it all. So Tre'Davious White is back from injury, and yeah. So guys, this is what the team looks like. Pretty solid. I mean, it's a pretty solid looking offense. Like, it looks pretty powerful, and the defense looks pretty solid too. We got a new safety. We got the rookie free safety who ate, so he's going to be in his 2nd year, but going to be balling out for us. We have Tre'Davious White, a 97 overall corner. So we should be pretty solid. So I'm hoping we make the playoffs, and let's see how we do. If we didn't make the playoffs again, we went 5-11. I don't know what's wrong with the simulation. I don't know why the Jaguars are hated. Marion Greenwood got some stuff. Quan Mathis. We have an 87 offense, 87 defense. Our offense was 24, so T-Law was 9th in passing TDs. And our defense was 30th, so we had a bottom-ranked defense. T-Law had a solid year. James Robinson had 1,000 yards. Travis Etienne had 500. Receiving didn't do too well. Like, we did give up quite a bit of sacks, especially Brandon Gordon. Oh my God, he gave up 12 sacks. Okay, I mean that's reasonable. Through a season. Kyle Jones had 10 sacks, of course, helping us out. Miles Jack had 5 picks. What is wrong with the team? I'm actually very shocked right now. What is wrong? Like, why can't we make the playoffs? Like, why can't we win games? Super Bowl this year is Rams Chiefs. Let's see who takes that. So the Rams end up winning. We have 20 players ready to negotiate. Let's look at the season recap. Mac Jones wins MVP. Nobody from our team obviously makes the gets any accolades. As we have some players ready to negotiate, we have Tre'Davious White, who I definitely want to re-sign again. I'm gonna give him a deal. I know he wants to be on a contender, but I'm gonna give him some money to see if we can keep him. So we do for 1 more year. Miles Jack, our captain, our commander, definitely got to re-sign him to a deal. Josh Allen, we're gonna probably have to move him to left end, considering that he'll be more effective at that position. So we get him back. Laviska, gotta definitely re-sign him as well. Laviska, we gotta definitely re-sign. Josh Lambo, if you would just accept the deal as a kicker and just stop. Okay, thank you. Devon Hamilton. All right, let's see if there's any more important players that we would have to re-sign here. All right, all these guys are really backups, so we'd always just draft them. We need more receivers. We need better receivers, honestly. We need better receivers. Caleb Chasson wants a pretty light deal, so we're going to just re-sign him. And then Doug Carson, definitely going to re-sign him as well. He wants to test free agency, so it looks like Devon Hamilton will be the guy we re-sign. We get him back. So we're going to end up moving what's his name back to left end, Josh Allen, because he seems to me that he can't be effective as much like at the left outside linebacker position. So we're just kind of becoming an annoyance. So we're gonna put him back at left end. But yeah, he's back at left end, and then let's look at all our players, see if there's anyone that we could remove and not lose money out on. Okay, so all these guys are pretty solid here. Chase Winovich is someone we could definitely move. I think we should move him though, because Brandon Gordon, because he gave up 7 sacks, and I need a star left tackle. I need one. I literally need a star left tackle, and these guys aren't cutting it. And we have $7 million available in cap. First off, let's see who's available. OBJ's available. That's very nice to see. We need a receiver for sure, and we got Michael Pittman Jr., Cooper Kupp, Tyler Boyd, OBJ. I kind of want a speed option. Like Elijah Moore would be a deep threat. Joe Reed is a slot receiver. Or maybe we could trade for someone too. I want a left tackle though. I want a left tackle without a doubt. I need a left tackle. So we need a left tackle. I'm going to trade away Brandon Gordon to the Cardinals. If they have a right guard or a right end, something would work. They do not. Chargers don't have a left outside linebacker. A right guard, they have Cleveland Farrell. And then Cleveland Farrell wouldn't be too bad. Brandon Gordon. Actually, no. Let's see if we could trade away Chase Winovich first for a guard. I think that'd be better, right? Actually, no. Let's see if we could get a tackle somewhere. If we could sign a tackle from some team, Mekhi Becton would be crazy to see if we could get him, but he's ready too solid. He's way too solid of a tackle. And Penei Sewell, same thing with him. But maybe we could throw in something there, as I see there are a tad bit interested. The tackles that we have available. So Chase Winovich in a third, maybe. Chase Winovich in a third for Penei Sewell, and we get our new left tackle. That's amazing. So we get our new left tackle. Penei Sewell is our new tackle to help out Trevor Lawrence. Brandon Gordon, we need a right guard, without a doubt. 100% we need a guard. And we got to see who's available here. Cesar Ruiz. Okay, so they want a quarterback. Let's see what teams are interested in. Okay, so the Titans are interested. They have Nate Davis. I think straight up this should work. It does. That's perfect. Now that we have great options here, Tyson Lange is pretty nice. So we're going to trade away Dunn. See if we get some linebacker, an outside linebacker. We just need like either a left or a right if anyone's available. We got to go to a team that has high peak interest in him. He's an 80 overall guard. We got the Chargers, who are high key interested. They want me to go for a right tackle, but they don't even have one. So Uchenna Nwosu would be pretty interesting to see if we could get. But let's see if we could probably get him change up the team around. I want to throw in a fourth and Dunn and see if we get Nwosu. Or I'm going to throw in a third for next year. A third for next year and a fifth for this year. And see how we mix him up on the team. So we pick him up. So now we made some changes to the team. Let's take a look at what it looks like. So we have Nate Davis. Who the hell? Oh yeah, so we're gonna have to make Lange left guard, but that's gonna happen automatically. Tight ends are good. Defense, we still need a left outside linebacker, so we have lots of positions that we still need to like move around, but I feel like we should be able to get this done. So we have, it says we have 7 million available, but in reality we have -2, so we're gonna have to advance the draft. So we have the second pick in the draft again. 2 years in a row of having the second pick. I feel like this year we should go for a receiver. Ramon Tyson, Bo Duckworth, early first rounder. He's a deep threat. And we have Tyler Newton. We have Donovan Smiley. And we also have Daryl Borden. So Bo Duckworth, let's go with him. I have a lot of hope in him. He's a deep threat. 76 overall. Let's see how well he performs for us. And we have the round 2 pick 2, so basically another first round pick. Our running backs are good, I think, so I don't think we need to worry about that. DeMarco Bryant, a cornerback? Nah. Maybe if they have a linebacker, you know, because we do need some linebackers for sure. And a middle linebacker, which they do not have. Silas Charleston. Nah, they have nobody, so we're going to just sim to the end of the draft. So I want to see who we ended up drafting. We drafted a cornerback, a running back, a D-tackle, and a guard. Not too bad, not too bad. We have an 89 offense now and an 87 defense. So our offensive line is pretty nice now. We have Penei Sewell, a great left tackle. We have Lange, who's starting at left guard. We traded for Nate Davis. Offensive line is great. Tight ends is good. Receivers are pretty good too. Running backs are pretty solid. Trevor Lawrence is in his 5th year or whatever the case may be. Good amount of middle linebacker. We need to sign a middle linebacker to back up Miles Jack for sure. D-line is alright, not the best. We definitely need some backups, but Josh Allen is now back on the D-line, so hopefully that helps out with like getting pass rush. So now that we're here, there's a lot of good free agents available here. That's very surprising. We're going to sign Ross Pierschbacher. We can't even sign him because we don't even have cap. So let's upgrade our players and hope for the best and see if these guys can finally make the playoffs. All right, our goal this year is to make the playoffs. I'm tired of this. We need to make the playoffs. Guys. We have a 91 offense, 87 defense. This has to be the year. Like, look at this team. Just look at how great this team is. Like, look at the offensive line. Stout. Tight ends, good. Receivers, great. Running backs, great. Trevor Lawrence is in his 5th year, in his prime. Linebackers, it's phenomenal. Like, we need to make the play. We need to. Tre'Davious White is injured. Oh, he broke his wrist, so he's out for 5 weeks. That's just fantastic. We don't even have safeties or corners. We don't even have, like, depth on the team. That's just phenomenal. But we need a center, though. We need a center. And I'm going to see if we could sign, like, Ross Pierschbacher. We don't have cap. Whatever. Let's see if the simulation can handle us. Let's send to the midseason first and see how well we're doing. Cool. We are 6-1. We're finally doing something. We took our first L. Against the Jets, 38-28. But we're finally doing something. We're leading our divisions. Our offense is 6th overall. Trevor Lawrence has 19 touchdowns, 3rd in NFL, 4th in passing yards, 15th overall defense. But Trevor Lawrence is carrying. I think it's the offensive line that's helping us out. I honestly think so. CJ Anderson has a pick. Josh Allen has 4 sacks, leading the team. Not too bad. Okay, we're finally doing something. So let's sim to the end of the season and see what we finish off as. All right. Okay. So it looks like Wow, Kyle Jones is an 85 now. Holy crap. So we have a 92 offense, 89 defense. We finished off 14-2. I was literally about to end the video, but we just ended up taking off. Our offense was second. T-Law, 40 touchdowns, third in the NFL, 4,000 passing yards, 6th. Defense was 13th. 40 touchdowns, 13 picks for T-Law, 113 passer rating. James Robinson, 15 touchdowns, 1,200 yards. Travis Etienne, 7 touchdowns, 642 yards. Hunter Long had 1,000 yards. Laviska was 1 yard away from 1,000 yards. He had a great year. Defense, Miles Jack had four picks. Wow, we had a lot of picks. 4 picks for Miles Jack, 4 picks for C.J. Anderson, 3 for Shaquille McFadden, and 2 for Brendan McMiller. Kyle Jones at 8.5 sacks, led the team. Dre Albury at 7.5. Josh Allen at 6. I think it was literally our left tackle. I promise you guys, it was our left tackle. Penei Sewell changed the game. He's an 88 overall now. Look at that. He's an 88. Everyone's progressing nicely now. What the heck? Just like that. Just a change of the left tackle. Defense, D-line is pretty solid. Trey White is healthy, so that's good. Greenwood is good too. 87 overall. Marion Greenwood, great pickup. We had C.J. Henderson's an 87 now. Yo, we're 14-2. We're literally 14-2. The number 1 seed. Wow. Seahawks are I don't know what the Seahawks are, but we're finally in the playoffs. So we're facing the 9-7 Bengals. Our first playoff game. Woo! Facing the Bengals. Let's see if we take a dub. We take a dub. Now we're in the conference championship. We're in the conference championship. Let's see if the Seahawks made it over there too. They didn't. They ended up losing to the 5th seeded Cowboys. Bengals ended up beating the Browns 42-17. So that helped us out. So now we're facing the Steelers. We're at home. We have home field advantage. Okay, you know what? Let's just say I have high hopes. I have a View Weekly Awards. T-Law had 4 TDs, 1 pick. He got sacked once. And Jesse Bates had a pick, but that's just about it. Okay, so T-Law had a good game. Good game for T-Law. MVP season. We got to win this. We got to win this to go to the Super Bowl. Yes, we won. We won. Let's go. 45-29. Let's go. We're in the Super Bowl now. We went from 4 straight years of not making the playoffs to being in the Super Bowl against the Washington football team, who's the 2nd seed. Damn, they're the 2nd seed. All right. I don't even care, though. We're in the Super Bowl. That's all that matters. Pro Bowl, as we're in the AFC. I don't know who these guys are, but that's good for these guys that made the Pro Bowl. Have fun being in the Pro Bowl while we're in the Super Bowl. You guys do what you got to do. Gregory Rousseau's at 83. I didn't notice. I just noticed that. That's pretty nice. Yeah, good for you guys. Sidney Jones made the Pro Bowl on that team. But good for you guys. We're in the Super Bowl, so we're in a different type of timing. Trevor Lawrence had 3 touchdowns. Trey White had a pick. And they got some kid named Gleason. Doesn't look too great, but we're in the Super Bowl, though. We're literally in the Super Bowl. Upgrade players. Bo Duckworth gets an upgrade. We're in the Super Bowl. We're placing a 12-4 Washington football team. We have a 93 offense, 89 defense. First off, I want to see their statistics on the year. I want to see what made them this nice. He had 31 touchdowns, 9 picks. Danny Gleason, this is his 3rd year in the league. Running back, they have a kid named Felix Robinson who had 1 TD rushing. They have Percy Campbell, so a bunch of young running backs. Receivers, they still have Terry McLaurin and Curtis Samuel. They did sign David Njoku, though. That's pretty nice. Defense, they have Bobby Wagner. Holy crap. They have Bobby Wagner who led the team in tackles, had 6 sacks and 2 picks. They have Cole Holcomb and Chase Young who had 10 sacks each. They have Jonathan Allen still. They have Bernard McKinney. They have Montez Sweat. They have Deron Payne. Landon Collins still. Okay, so they have a team. They have a good defense. We have a better offense. This should be a great game. Let's see if we can do it. Let's see if we can take the dub. Yes! We won the Super Bowl. Let's go! We won the Super Bowl 35-29. Josh Allen wins Super Bowl MVP. Doug Marrone wins Coach of the Year. This is our first Super Bowl ever. Our first AFC. Wow, that's crazy. That's actually crazy. We won our first Super Bowl going 14-2. That's amazing. Hats off. The grind was worth it, guys. The grind was worth it. The grind was freaking worth it. After 5 years, we made the Super Bowl and won it. Postseason, we beat the Bengals. We blasted him 4 touchdowns and a pick for T-Law, and we sacked Joe Burrow. twice, and we got a pick off him. Running backs killed him. Defense, Dre Albury did his thing, and same with Uchenna Nwosu and Caleb Chassan, our outside linebackers. And Josh Allen also got a pick. So, and then against the Steelers, we won 45-29. So, Raheem Bernard threw 2 picks, but we got sacked twice. But it was the interceptions for us. Our running backs did the thing, of course. Defense, Tre'Davious White and Brendan Miller did their thing. And then in the Super Bowl against them, looks like a very tight-knit game. Trevor Lawrence threw 3 touchdowns, 1 pick, and got sacked once. But Danny Gleason got sacked 5 times, but he threw 2 touchdowns, though. And James Robinson did his thing running the ball, of course. Yo, defense did their thing. Yo, they held it down. Josh Allen had 2 sacks, probably the biggest moments of the game. Dre Albury got a sack. Kyle Jones had a sack. Caleb Chassan had a sack. That's amazing. I'm happy about that. I'm happy. So we won a Super Bowl, guys, with Trevor Lawrence, and the grind was worth it. He got his ring. Took him 5 years, but he got a ring. So that's all that matters to me. So hopefully you guys enjoyed watching the video. Hit the like button. Subscribe for new. Comment down below what other teams you want to see me rebuild. It was a grind with this team, but we won the Super Bowl at the end, and that's all that matters, I feel like. So that's what we do out here. Hit the like button. Subscribe for new, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. And remember, you got to be a Phoenix.